Okay, so I'll have the link to this Zoom quilt in the description. I'm not trying to take credit for this, but I just thought I'd give you something to look at while I'm talking here. So I got into, I don't know if you call them scuffles, but disagreements with people on Twitter, on the twatter, people in our circles, in the alt right, the far right, shall we say, about some stupid shit, really. And I don't want to rag on anyone. I'm not trying to start shit. I don't like drama or anything, but I just want to talk about it. And I don't want to talk about the people either, but there are these arguments from the alt right. Certain people are saying things like, "Oh, it's stupid. These kids are stupid because they support Trump. They're stupid because they're, super Christian and, is losing strategy or whatever." Okay, well, I mean, I don't think anybody is really resistant to advice. If you want to say, maybe you should be doing things a little bit differently. Even if you say it's stupid to support Trump, I agree with that. I'm not like a Trump guy myself. I was never really big on Trump. But, some people were and some people still are, whatever. But somehow this has like some super strong bearing on the Groyper wars, on their heckling of Charlie Kirk. The fact that they're Christian, the fact that they're MAGA-peds, MAGA-tards, somehow that's like relevant as to like what they're doing, which is destroying conservative ink on their own platforms and making them look foolish. And in addition to that, these same people also claim that they're ineffectual, which I don't understand at all. Like, they're trying to say that because we're not going to convince TPUSA of joining our side, it's like, bro, we're not trying to convince the people in the organization. We're trying to convince the people that are following them, that think that Charlie Kirk is like a guy to look up to. There are people that look up to Ben Shapiro. There are people that think that he's like the best political commentator in the U.S. I know boomers like this, and I've shown them the clips of the Groyper stuff, them people questioning him and just pointing out his bullshit. And they've dropped him. They're like, fuck this guy, you're right. So this is effective. I don't want to hear any bullshit that this is not having any sort of effect or you're not doing anything. Like, fuck off. Please just fuck off if that's the attitude you want to take. Go do something productive yourself then, if you're that concerned. Come on. Instead of giving these kids shit. It just seems petty. And the people that I talk to about this, they always talk down to you too. They always take this condescending tone. So there's been shots fired there. But on the other side, it's not all one way. Nick Fuentes, on a stream he did, either the night before last, I think, Southern Dingo sent him a super chat saying, it started with something like, "You'd probably consider me a wignat, but," and then he didn't read the rest of the super chat, and I don't get the feeling that he was fed posting or anything. I think he just didn't want to read it because he said, "I'm a wignat," and I think he banned him too. And then he comes back and Dingo sends him another super chat saying, actually I don't know if he did ban him, because I don't know if you can send super chats when you're banned, or maybe he used another account. I don't know. But he sent another one saying, "Hey, a little quick on the trigger," and he's like, "No, I wasn't quick on the trigger. No, I don't think so." That's what Nick said. And it's like, fuck you, dude. Southern Dingo is a good guy. I know, I've heard him. I haven't talked to him personally, but I've heard enough of him speaking to know he's a solid guy. I don't necessarily agree with him on everything, but fuck, I don't agree with Nick on everything. He's a good, decent guy. Now, maybe Nick Fuentes doesn't know him, has never heard of him. That's fine. But I've heard Dingo talk about America First for months. Like months ago he was talking about the show. So he's been a fan for a long time. And this is how Fuentes treats him. Just because he said, "You'd probably consider me a wignat." It's like, dude, come on. Don't be a fucking... Don't... Again, I'm out here trying to defend what you are doing, what your Groypers are doing, and you're firing shots back across the bow. It's like, I can't fucking defend you guys when you're doing shit like this. And then I got into an argument with people about paganism and Christianity. A couple arguments, both on my official Twitter account and my personal Facebook. And it's just stupid. This Christ cuck, pagan bullshit. Like, don't do that shit, man. Don't engage in that. If you want to have a disagreement with someone about this stuff, first of all, understand that your religions are only as valuable as the contributions they make to furthering our political goals. Okay? Okay, let's be perfectly honest here. It's very likely that neither one of these religions are factually true. It's more about the spirituality of it and the function it serves in society and the community. And personally, I'm attracted to paganism. I don't know enough about it to call myself a pagan, but I really do like it. I think that when it comes to how it enforces morality, the culture around it, the fact that it forces the followers, the believers, to actively be involved. It's sort of a lifestyle, kind of like National Socialism or fascism is sort of a lifestyle, a mindset, and that's what I like about it. It is sort of all encompassing in a sense, in a way that Christianity really isn't, and I think that it also would help us rebuild our communities more effectively than Christianity would. And these people want to say, well, the religion hasn't been relevant in 2,000 years, which I'm pretty sure that's not true at all. Like, Christianity started 2,000 years ago, but that doesn't mean that paganism was immediately, it had to be enforced through law, like brutally through aristocracy, stamping these people out and forcing them to adopt Christianity. It wasn't like everyone just, threw their arms up. It was largely a unilateral thing. And so, whether you're talking about the Roman Empire or whether you're talking about even the Vikings, yeah, it is sort of a colonial religion in a sense. But we don't need colonialism, do we? I mean, most of us are isolationists. So what's the point of adopting a colonial religion? And plus, paganism was invented by our ancestors. These are European religions. All the pagan religions are European religions, whereas Christianity isn't. So, I mean, people like Varg will even point out. Anyway, I don't want to go off on a tangent, but the point is, this shit's stupid. The infighting is gay. The infighting is gay, and it's stupid, and it's not well directed, and it comes down to drama. Like, if you don't like what someone's doing, tweet out tastefully that you disagree with their methodology, say why you disagree with it, try to be civil. Don't go shitting on people that would probably agree with you, that would probably join you, that would probably stand arm to arm with you, No, I'm not encouraging a second Charlottesville, but if you want to do something like this, if you want to organize people for a movement, you have to be respectful to the people that might be receptive to your message. Anyway, this video's gone on way too long, so I'm going to call it quits, but I'm sick of this shit. I'm not trying to argue with people because I have a big ego or I need to be right about everything. If you want to argue tastefully, argue respectfully. Remember, when a certain tribe wants to disagree with each other, they don't try to destroy each other. They have tasteful conversations because they understand at the end of the day, what's good for them is good for their ideological opponents because they're all working along ethnic lines. So just keep that in mind.